I've spent most of the last 3 years traveling around Latin America as a digital nomad with my partner James. And as a fitness couple, finding a good gym is always at the top of our priority list. So welcome to part 1 of my gyms in Latin America for hybrid, CrossFit, functional fitness athletes, whatever you want to call us. We're starting off in Colombia and more specifically Medellin, so grab your Google Maps, get your save tab open and let's get into it. Colombia is one of our more recent trips and we were there for 2 months in Medellin. We spent 1 month in Laureles and 1 month in Envigado, and we moved to Envigado because of the gym specifically. We love Laureles as an area to stay in. There were quite a few English speakers, but not loads that it felt so overpopulated. It was quite a nice digital nomad vibe, and there was lots of cafes and restaurants and really nice places to walk around, so I'd highly recommend staying in this area. So the gyms. At this time we had just started training for our mixed doubles Hyrox, which we vlogged the whole process of, and you can check that out on my channel. Whilst in Laureles, we trained at Bull Train. When we first signed up, it was a bit like, oh, what do we do? Because there was no real front desk, but as soon as we kind of came up the stairs, someone came over to us, could speak relatively good English, and we eventually got signed up. You get a thumbprint to get in the gate at the top, and the gym is on 2 levels. So the level that you walk into, you've got quite a few machines, mainly leg machines. It was quite busy as you walk in, so just try not to feel too daunted. And then when you go up another level, there's again some more machines. There's also treadmills down in a sort of kind of separate room, and there's also quite a big functional area. So that's got rigs, it's got assault bike, rower, and you can get a pretty decent hybrid functional CrossFit style training session in. It didn't, however, have female barbells, so I didn't do any Olympic lifting, but at that time that was okay because I was training for this Hyrox instead. Watch out for the rig though, because you will get an electric shock every single time you touch it. It's just a nice perk of being in Latin America. Just a note for Hyrox, there is no sled in this gym, so you won't be able to practice your sled push or sled pull, but the gym does have a little bit of everything, so it's a pretty good all-round gym with enough space to do a WOD as well. There were a couple of obvious expats in there as well, so if you wanted to and you were staying there for a bit longer, I'm sure that you could create a really nice community there. And then after a month we moved to Envigado, which is actually outside the borders of Medellin, but you're still a drivable distance into the town. Envigado is much more of a locals area and you're not gonna find as many coffee shops or restaurants, but it's a really nice place. Your money goes a bit further, so we were actually staying in a 3-bed apartment, and it's pretty nice if you're wanting to cook most of your own meals, which we were doing as well. But the main reason we moved to Envigado was because of the gym, and we were just a short walk away from CrossFit Hakuna. And if you do CrossFit, you'll see why we moved specifically for that gym. It is an absolutely huge space and you can do classes as well as open gym at the same time. There's loads of really amazing people training there as well. There's a team that went to the CrossFit semi-finals, and the standard of everyone in open gym is so high that it just makes you want to work so much harder. So our performance when we were in this gym in Envigado, Hakuna CrossFit, was so good, and it prepped us so well to hit our Hyrox at the end of the month. For Hyrox specifically, there was everything that you could need. So there was a sled, it wasn't on carpet, but you could just load it with more weight and it did the job. And there was all the equipment that you could need. And then if you do CrossFit, there was also a rig, rings, Olympic lifting platforms. It was just really, really well set up. There was even a little bodybuilding area sort of up the stairs as well with a few machines too. So if you do have CrossFit or functional training or hybrid training at the top of your priority list when you're staying in Medellin, I would really recommend checking CrossFit Hakuna out. Everyone in the gym's really nice as well. Not everyone speaks English, but the people that do will come and say hi to you, and everyone's just really friendly. If you're into running as well, in Medellin they do something that's really cool. So they shut off one road in Medellin, which I think is the Carrera 43A, and they just close off on a Sunday, and everyone gets out, whether they're walking, running, cycling. They just use that whole road for exercise. One Sunday we joined a run club, which was really fun, and then the other weeks we just ran by ourselves, and you can run the whole thing and back, and I think it comes to about 13k. So you could run like one way, have some breakfast at the end or something, and then walk back. Or like us, we just did it for our longer run in the week, so we ran there and back. And where we were staying in Envigado was basically the end point of where they would close the road, so it just worked out really well being there. And honestly, it's just such a nice vibe when everyone else is running and getting their exercise in as well. That brings us to the end of gyms in Medellin. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. If you want to know about things to do in Medellin as well, outside of training, then let me know. And then coming up in this series, we have Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Mexico, Uruguay, and Argentina. So let me know down in the comments which one you're looking forward to most. And make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out. As a small channel, it would be really amazing if you could drop me a like and a subscribe, because it does really help me out. I'm really loving making these videos for you. So every like helps me towards keeping that going. In the next video, we're going to be going through gyms in Argentina and more specifically Buenos Aires. So again, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that, and I will see you in the next video.